But hey, we have one. A female Bellsprout, which we're going to call, just like in the first generation, Trait. Because we're not going to keep this gal with us for very long. So, let's head into Violet, finally. Catching all of these Pokemon is fun and everything, but we also need to think of the main story at some point. Hi guy, did you visit Sprout Tower? Sprout Tower? Apparently it's not a coincidence that all of these sprouts are running around in the grass here. Something we need to check out. First, let's go explore Violet City, because that is indeed where we have finally arrived. First order of business in any town you meet, like I explained a minute ago, always visit the Pokémon Center first. In this case for two reasons. I also like to shift my team around a bit, because we went over 6 Pokemon, and therefore our deposit system becomes a thing. There's a couple of Pokemon I'm definitely not going to use on my team, like this Rattata for instance, Hoot Hoot, Totodile will keep. Sorry Fairy. And Wilma. Jigglypuff I also don't feel like using. But these 3 definitely I will use, and therefore I can actually input a couple of different ones. And I also want the trade Pokemon, of course, because the trading is going to happen in this town already. We're going to use Lediba, like I promised. So let's put Lester in the team for a while. And let's try using Victor. I'm not the biggest fan of using a grass type, unless it's Gen 3. Then I'm definitely using a grass type. But I don't really have a whole lot of other Pokemon that can fit the team nicely right now. Need to wait until getting to Azalea Town before really being able to get shape into my team. For right now, I, in all honesty, only have 3 Pokemon that I'm really going to use as my A team. The other 3 are just fill up. Or must I say 2, because one of them is a trade Pokemon. And also, let's go get some intel. Ghosts are rumored to appear in Sprout Tower. They said normal type Pokemon moves had no effect on ghosts. Ooh, that's something to remember. Whenever facing a ghost, never use a normal type move. Does not work. But anyway, let's go in here. I did promise we were going to do a trade, so this should be the house where we need to do that. I collect Pokemon. Do you have a Bellsprout? Want to trade it for my Onix? Yeah, because we don't have Onix yet, so... Need to be careful, because I have 2 Bellsprouts with me right now. The whole reason why I always call the one I need trade. Bellsprout from Treecks. Goes into the suction machine. Because apparently it's not possible to just give your Pokeball to the other person. Which is Kyle in this case. Bellsprout was sent to Kyle. And for Treecks' Bellsprout, Kyle sends Onix. Kyle bids farewell to Onix. And I bid farewell to Bellsprout. Not that I care a whole lot, but still. You were my Pokemon for what? 15 seconds? And I called you trade to begin with. But anyway, here's Onix. Officially a Pokemon we can get later on in the game, but we can already get it here. So, we catch ourselves an Onix. Yay! I got myself Bellsprout. Thanks. You're welcome. I have another one anyway, so... Do you have anything to say? A Pokemon you get in a trade grows quickly. But if you don't have the right gym badge, they may disobey you. Ooh, interesting. Whenever a Pokemon is traded, they actually level up faster. There's a bonus for leveling up with traded Pokemon. Something I actually might be able to use later on. Not per se with Onix, because in all honesty, Onix is a bad Pokemon. But we are going to explore Violet City, the city of nostalgic scents. I wonder what they mean with that. And what are you? Earl's Pokemon Academy. Not per se interesting for me, so allow me to skip this. Ooh, but this is interesting for me. Pokemon Gym. What is in here? Violet City Pokemon Gym. Leader Faulkner. The elegant master of flying Pokemon. Right. Flying type Pokemon Gym. That is something we did not see in the first gen. Let's go buy a couple of things first. I need a couple more Pokeballs because I did use a lot. I don't really need any of the healing items. I'm going to be grinding for levels pretty soon. And I have a Pokemon Center really near me, so I don't really have to care about healing. But first we're going to do something else, of course. Before we go into the gym, there's something else we need to take a look at. And that is the main attraction here in Violet, the Sprout Tower. Experience the way of Pokemon. And that sounds interesting enough to do before the gym. However, there's one problem. Looking at my notes. We need to be at nighttime. Yeah, needs to be nighttime. There's a Pokemon in there I want to catch. A pretty useful one, in all honesty, but it only appears at night. So, yeah, I think I might do the grinding for levels now already. And kill some time in order to make it nighttime. Allow me, I'll cut the episode here. Level grinding is not per se something you guys have to see. Come on. There we go. Level 8 finally. You're still way too weak. No, Supersonic. New move, interesting. Ooh, thank you. Level 7. Leer. Useless move. I don't care. Level 11, finally. Oh, and we learn Rock Throw. A very useful move. Especially since we need to throw some things at birds in a couple of moments. But yeah, let's go check out the fruits of our labor. My main team, which I'm going to use for a moment, only consisting out of 4 in all honesty, are now level 11, which should be enough in order to take on the first gym. But like I said, there's actually one side quest we can do before the gym, officially. So I think I need to stop my game, save, quit, readjust the clock, and come back at night. The final Pokemon we need to catch in this area only appears at night in the Sprout Tower. So at the moment we are healed, my team ready in order to enter that tower, and also the gym. That's going to happen afterwards. Let's go save our game. Let's do it right over here, so we can immediately return. Because right now it is... Let's go check. Yeah, 9:30 AM. It's going to take forever waiting for nighttime to fall normally. I'll save my game here. That is going to be... changing the time of day is going to be necessary to do manually again. And perhaps I'll explain later on how I actually do that. For now, I'll just make a cut out of it. Alright, welcome back. As you can see, it is now nighttime. And since some Pokemon in the game only appear during daytime and others only at nighttime, sometimes it is required to change the time of day in order to get everything without making it a little bit too much of a hassle. But now we are ready for the Sprout Tower. The only side quest in this town. And I think I know why it's called the Sprout Tower. It wiggles around like a Bellsprout. See the pillar shaking? People are trading upstairs. Right, that's a sentence that does not really add up, but still. Oh, there's also items here. Interesting. Definitely worth actually checking out this place. Staircases here, as you can see. You can talk to this guy. Only if you reach the top will you obtain a hidden machine. Ooh. There's a reward for this. And a good one, it looks like. So, definitely worth doing. Alright, here on the first floor, the first trainers. And also the first wild Pokemon will start appearing. Including the one we were after. Gastly. The whole reason why I wanted it to be nighttime. Because this guy does not appear otherwise. And... yeah, like we learned, ghost type Pokemon, normal type moves don't work. So I'm not going to bother. Since Fairy only knows a normal type move. And yeah, if it's not weakened, chances aren't very great of you being able to grab it immediately. But I've got plenty of Pokeballs, so I will still try. Yeah, thank you. Worst case scenario, I could have switched, I know, but level 4, usually... yeah, usually you don't have to care about weakening Pokemon. As you can see. The chances are a bit bigger that you will fail, but eventually it will work. Gastly. It's called Hell. And that is something I can keep. Because my girl name for Hell is actually Helly. Awesome. Also Pokemon I might use later on, because Gastly is actually pretty useful in Pokemon Silver. But currently a bit under-leveled, level 4 is not a whole lot. And another plus side of me not weakening it is the fact that it's actually still full health. And therefore I'm able to use this Ghost Gal immediately on this first trainer in this place. However hard we battle, the tower will stand strong. Yeah, just make sure you don't battle too hard in here. You never know with these wiggling pillars. Oh, and of course he has a Bellsprout. As if I am surprised. The only attacking move Gastly has early on is Lick. Which is not very strong, as you can see. Especially since it's not super effective, so... yeah, this might take a while. But it is necessary in order to do some level ups. Helly needs to level up. And that won't happen by itself. Keeps on using Fine Whip. Not very effective, but still. All the little bits do add up. One more. Oh, there's a side effect of Lick. Paralyzed. With every Lick you use, you do have a chance of paralyzing your opponent. I got unlucky because he was still able to get his attack in. And therefore hurting me some more. But this one battle was enough to level up immediately. Only one battle and already a level up. And more Bellsprouts. Yeah, I was worried for that. So, let's go put in my bird. Helly has had her level up. But the battle was also already enough to wear her down way too much. Time to overpower this guy. This is my usual strategy whenever playing Pokemon. Just overpower your opponents. Input Pokemon to a way too high level. Because I'm usually way too lazy to actually input Pokemon of the same level. It usually takes too long. This way you can actually plow through your opponents. And it's not like the experience points are wasted, because all of these higher level Pokemons, quote unquote higher level Pokemons, also need the experience points at some point. Because don't think level 11 is already enough to clear the game. It's definitely not going to happen. Going to have to get these experience points at some point. Alright, still able to attack me despite the confusion. And that was indeed not very effective. Barely even saw the damage. Now attack yourself, please. No. Would have been nice because you would have killed yourself if you did. There you go. There goes Sage Nico. I fought hard, but I am too weak. Indeed. Level 3 is way too weak. Let's move on. It looks like you're the only one on this floor. Next floor actually has an item, which is going to be Paralysis Heal. In case you get paralyzed in here, which is definitely possible. Especially with all these Gastlys running around, using their lick. We stand guard in this tower. Here we express our gratitude to honor all Pokémon. All Pokémon. I have a feeling it only applies to Bellsprout in all honesty. Here, like I was saying. Bellsprout exclusive fights in here. I need something else. Helly's not going to survive this. Joffrey. Probably a bad idea to input a rock type. Type disadvantage. But let's overpower you because I'm 8 levels higher, so I'm not too worried about the type disadvantage. Although... Man, 8 levels higher and he's able to take me out in 3 hits. That is how important the type advantage can be, as you can see. So, Geodude, strong Pokemon, but not a very good idea. Not against the Bellsprout, at least. Let's go input Fairy. Which is, of course, also a bad idea. We're facing a grass type, so... also strong against water types. And also Fairy is not strong enough to take this guy out in 1 hit. But for him, at least the damage isn't quadrupled, because he only has 1 type advantage, unlike Geodude. Who's weak to grass types because of being rock, but also because of being ground type, so... Always keep that in account whenever selecting your Pokemon teams. In this situation, therefore, Spearow would be the best option, because of him being able to use a flying type move against a grass type, which is super effective. And this is normally what you want to do. However, I usually still end up switching around a lot with my team, because of wanting experience points for everybody, so I usually don't really care too much about the disadvantages. Unless it really starts killing me. But anyway, returning to exploring. Up here we find an X Defend. Being able to raise your defense for 1 battle. Usually an item I don't care too much about. Sway like leaves in the wind. Well, I think you're honoring Bellsprout a little bit too much in here, if I need to be honest. Next battle is once again going to be against a Bellsprout. Oh, Helly, why are you so weak? At least you still are for now. That is something I will remedy later, not per se in here. And this is not the best place to do so. This is a place where I need my birds. At least the first Bellsprout is able to give some shared experience to Helly. 27. Which is enough to level up, so... Every little bit helps. Still a good idea to have Helly in the front, even though she's not doing any fighting. That is for Ferdinand for now. Right. Creeping up on level 12 already. Now let's go change up to Lester for the final one. He also has something to do. At least he does not have a type disadvantage, so... He just has a pretty weak normal attack. Which is getting stronger, of course, because of being a little bit higher level. Yeah, 2 hits already. There was a time that Lester actually needed 15 hits in order to take out the level 3 Pokemon. But now 2 is already enough, so... Even for him, the leveling up definitely benefits. And that was the only one apparently on this floor, because of this statue being in the way. The Pokemon statue. It looks very distinguished. Can you guess what it is? Here's a potion, so if you need some healing, you don't have to go back to the Pokemon Center all the way. I train to find enlightenment in Pokemon. And I just train to become stronger. Who cares about enlightenment? I just want to become stronger. Give me your experience points now. Level 6 Bellsprout, so they are getting stronger the further we get. Time to go sleeping. One of the plus sides of Gastly. The earliest Pokemon in this game that can actually inflict status ailment. Because of coming with Hypnosis to start with. Not even a move you have to learn. That one she already knows. Really handy to use. Especially whenever trying to catch Pokemon. Because just like in Gen 1, that's also something that helps. In order to increase your chances of being able to catch Pokemon. Inflicting status ailment. In this case the status sleep. For a couple of turns your opponent's not able to do anything. We can actually get some free hits in. Yeah, but every turn there is a chance it will wake up, so... It's not a free pass to an easy victory. That definitely is not. Let's go finish it off with a stronger Pokemon. Helly will still get the shared experience, so... Need 2 hits it looks like. And you need way more than that, so... Not worried. Bellsprout fainted. 54 for Helly, not for level 7. And Lester needs a little bit more. There we go.